Okay, you guys, today we are talking about the best of the best awesome things that I have been digging this month, from food to a very unexpected clothing store, coffee that you could buy at the grocery store that's amazing, a cleaning product, this dress, just so many things, beauty, a podcast. We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna demo something that I have been doing to my lips lately. When I think of, that's why my lips have like nothing on them, it looks like I have no lips. When I have been doing my makeup, or when I think about, not even when I do my makeup, I do this every day. When I think about my favorite thing from the month, beauty-wise, hands down, this is it. This has kind of like changed my whole lip game. And let me just tell you, this is not, some of these are new, but I'm gonna demo it. You're gonna be shocked. Okay, so it's no secret that I really like Sarah Happ's stuff. I had recently grabbed a new lip slip lip balm, which is just amazing. I'm gonna demo for you how I scrub my lips and stuff. That's what I'm about to do. But when I was pregnant, I got really like averted, like scent-wise, taste-wise, to a lot of different things. And I had purchased one of these lip balms a little bit before, and during my pregnancy, I just got really turned off to the smell. Yeah. If you hear somebody back there, it's Waylon. He's like back there licking my dog. I don't know why, but the scent I really got turned off on it, and I didn't use it for a while. And then after I had Olivia, I went back to it, and it was the yummiest. I've told this story before. The yummiest, most amazing, just deliciousness. And then I used the other one for a while, got a new one. It's just beautiful. It has like a faint shimmer to it. It's literally all I put on my lips. I'm gonna show you, you guys. I haven't even been wearing, like when you've seen me wearing lip stuff in videos, people have asked me a lot this month, like what's on your lips? Let me just show you. And let me show you the color that this brings out of your lips. It is insane. So, yeah, funny how I ended up liking that. Not a similar story for like orange cheesy things. My taste for that did not come back. Like when I was pregnant, I'm just gonna tell this story. When I was pregnant, I got so averted to like that orange cheese flavoring that's like on, think like Cheetos, nacho cheese Doritos, cheese poofs, cheesy popcorn, to the point where like I couldn't walk into the grocery store because I had such anxiety that I was gonna see a bag of it and throw it, because there was a bag of popcorn in our pantry, because I got on this kick of this like gourmet popcorn shop that had like all these different flavors of popcorn. And I opened the pantry one day, I think like right at the beginning of my second trimester, I opened the pantry and that bag of popcorn was sitting there, and I literally, use your imagination, and I had to like go in the other room, and I was like, Brad, get it out of here. It was so bad. Okay. Yeah, my taste for that did not come back. Still not a fan of that. But this, it was so weird. It was like it came back and I loved it. There was a shampoo too. It was a dry bar shampoo. And I really would like sing its praises all the time. And then when I was pregnant, hated the scent of it. And I mentioned that, and I think it offended them. Okay, so let's do this. So let me show you what I do. So when I talked about this lip scrub in a recent video, I said it was the brown sugar. It's not. It's called vanilla bean. I don't know why I was thinking it was brown sugar. This smells so yummy and delicious. It is like, so you usually do this over the sink. I don't want sugar to go everywhere. It's like, see, sugar just went everywhere. I don't need a whole ton of it. When I did it in my video, where I was like doing my night routine, I do this in the morning or at night. I should have done it in the morning though, because that's when I do it the most. It's really hard to do it and talk. I like really had it packed on there. You don't need a lot. You guys are gonna see how this like changes your lips. Okay, so every morning I just do this. Oh my gosh, it tastes so good. Years ago I had the peach one. It was really good too. You just do a quick scrub, no big deal. And then, you don't need to do it real hard. It just makes my lips have some life. My lips have no color to them. They're so pale. I mean, they have a little. But years ago, I would never, ever put any lip liner on my lips. I would never wear any color. I would just like, and people would be like, you have no lips. I have tiny lips. I know this. But I like them because the shape is pretty. And I'm not wearing anything that look really small. But then like, now people are like, oh, I've had people say that I've done something to my lips and I haven't. I know it doesn't, obviously. It's like I'm not screaming like lip injections right now. Obviously, I don't have big lips. But like when I have my lipstick done, people are like, oh, You overdry your lips. I don't, and I'll show you why I can't. When you have small lips, you can't. I literally can't because one, I would break out. I cannot put anything on my skin right there. I would have like breakouts everywhere. But I'll put my lip liner right where your skin meets your lips. That's where your lip liner goes, on your freaking lip line, right? And it's like sharp. Like mine is really hard and you know what I'm saying? Like it's really full, I feel. One day, if that kind of like starts going down, I could see fixing it, but I don't want to change anything. I don't really like that. Okay, so it just like, I don't know, it like boosts the circulation. It just makes them nice. They feel so good. I love the lip mask too. That's really like kind of a nighttime. I don't know, I use that in the morning sometime. But I use Whirl Lip Pencil by MAC. Do I even have a, I don't even have a freaking mirror in here. I'll just have to use this. Okay, so I put that right on my lip line. Do you see? I mean, such a difference, right? Because my lip line's still like white. It's weird. It's not flesh toned. It's not like lip toned. It's just like white. It's weird. I kind of blend it a little. It's crazy how lip products enhance your lips. So for years, people are like, ooh, where's your lips? I'm like, listen, idiot. One, you're an idiot for commenting that, but obviously that was the look I was going for because I didn't really care to do anything. But I like more of just a natural, like enhanced, you know, look. And then I use this, which is their, what is this? It's the plumper. It's very weird. It's like very dry. I've said this before. Don't use a lot of it. Just use a tiny bit of it. It doesn't have, I think, any kind of, it just feels like nothing, but it smooths the lines of your lips. I don't think, oh, I didn't blend out my lip liner right there. Like I just took, because Whirl is really like, MAC Whirl is really like the tone of my lips, but darker. Oh, so you can do it, but you just have to kind of blend it in a little. Isn't that pretty? And so then I just kind of like let that, they say it plumps. I don't know. I mean, my lips feel better than ever. It's not like a temporary plumping thing. Like I can't use anything that's like, has an irritant to it because then I get little busted blood vessels. This, maybe it's just like sinking in and doing something. It's nice. So anyways, I kind of let that set. And then I use the lip balm. It's literally the prettiest lip balm ever. Like I said, it's like pretty and pink. It has a little bit of a shimmer to it. It's pretty and I love it. Okay, so that's my lip thing that I have been obsessed with. And it's just easy. And then at night I use the lip balm. I don't like go through all those steps, but I use the lip balm. Okay, let's talk about, oh my gosh, I have so many random things. Okay, let's talk about this dress. So I feel like we go to the beach pretty often. I don't always show it. Like I haven't always vlogged when we go to the beach or even like posted about it, but we went recently. But we've been going fairly recently and we went when it was a little cool. We had a good pool day. Then the nights were pretty cool and the next day was kind of cool. And I didn't really know what to pack. So I brought these long sleeve dresses and it's a little different for me because normally I don't wear a lot of loud prints, but I like it to be done nicely. This is the most perfect dress, you guys. So, first of all, the color is beautiful. I don't wear a ton of crazy color just to wear color, but this is one of my favorite colors and I really love it. I don't have anything under it except for like a bra, just regular stuff. I don't feel like I need a, you know, sometimes with Free People stuff, it's very flowy. It's very kind of just a lot of you know what I mean. The sleeves, you can kind of pull them down all the way to your wrist. And they have like an, you know, like an elastic. So you can wear them down like that all the way, which I love. You can push them up a little bit and it gives you kind of like the bell sleeved effect. I'll insert a picture right here that I posted that night at the beach. Loved it so much. Like I wore it to dinner. It was really comfortable. It was great. Now what I love, I am not like a super short girl. I'm not a super tall girl. I'm like 5'7". A lot of times when I buy these dresses from Free People or just dresses in general, I feel like I'm wearing no pants. I feel like I'm wearing a top that shouldn't be a dress. This does not feel like that. Let me show you how it hits. And I think it's because it's flowy, but like the back of it is a little longer. So I'd never feel uncomfortable. I can wear a regular bra with this. The back of it isn't like down to my hoo-ha. Like your bra line is literally right here, right at the bottom. So, and it comes in a million different colors. I really resisted getting them in a ton of colors. So also, I felt like I needed a sweater or something and I thought I just need like a gray sweater. I'm gonna run into a store while I'm here. They had a Hollister there. There was an American Eagle. There wasn't anything there. I have not shopped at Hollister even when it was cool, like when did it come out? Was it when I was in high school? I think maybe right when I was in college it came out. I don't remember exactly, but even then it wasn't my favorite place to shop. It still felt a little young. I don't know, but it's certainly not somewhere that I've been in a very long time because it's just not my style. And I just wanted like a long, kind of like a sweater, a gray sweater. Obviously I have some at home. I didn't bring any with me, so I thought I'll run in here, I'll get one. And I saw the most perfect leopard sweater ever of life. Now, I'll be honest with you, I have looked for a leopard sweater like this, a cardigan, for years. The print looks a little cheap. It looks just weird. I don't know, maybe the print's a little small. This one looks like it costs $1 million. No, I'm joking. It looks really nice. It looks like a very, very nice sweater. It's very cozy. And when I went in there, I think someone had just like returned one because they didn't have them stocked. It was like too big, and I thought, I'm not gonna, and it was just kind of like thrown on. It just wasn't good. So literally, like, got to the car, I found it, I ordered it, and I love it. I posted a few photos of that too. That's what I wore when we went trick-or-treating and stuff. And I just love it. I was really excited to find that and very surprised. And I knew my friend would like it. I knew she would think it was funny that I found it there, so I texted her a picture of that, and she was like, oh my gosh, she ordered it. And then she texted me several other sweaters that she had found there too. Do you remember last year and the year before I kind of got into those like monster-y sweaters? I have one from last year that I love. I had an Anina Bing one from the year before that's black, that I'm gonna bust out again when it gets cold. But it has, like a black sweater that looks nubby, or like my gray one last year that looks real nubby, like balls on it. It's just kind of fun and textured. They have one of those. Very affordable. Kind of surprising. Like mid-30s, let me go to Hollister. But no, I totally don't believe in that. You buy what you like, but usually the vibe of that store is, even when, like I said, when I was younger, wasn't my vibe. Okay, we'll talk about this podcast in a minute. You guys, I talked about this last year, I think, but I saved the empty thing so I could show you guys. I wanted to tell you guys the pumpkin spice latte secret. The secret is, don't get them from the store. Now, I get them from McDonald's sometimes. They're a little better. They are good. I like the ones from McDonald's. All the iced coffees from McDonald's are really good. But the ones at Starbucks, the last 2 years, have tasted very sharp and very not natural and very not pumpkin spice. It just tastes like caramel syrup mixed with a bit of something that made it taste like pumpkin. It doesn't taste good at all, and I'm not into it. I get it. It's a very bloggery thing. Have my little cup that's empty and all my not me, but I'm saying. It's I get it. Like, don't even, I know, just don't even get me started. I don't agree. I just don't agree with it. It's not my thing. Pumpkin spice lattes are actually really good. I don't think it's just that they're so good. That's why they're popular. But anyways, okay, so don't get them at the store. This is what a pumpkin spice latte should taste like. You can get these like where the milk is, at the grocery store. They have the peppermint mocha, the caramel macchiatos. Caramel macchiato ones are amazing. Just trust me on this. Get this, pour it over some ice. You can even heat it up. Pour it over some ice, stick it in a cup, you're good to go. You don't have to stop at Starbucks. Just stock your fridge with these. And oh my gosh, that tastes like what a pumpkin spice latte should taste like. And it's still Starbucks. I'm not knocking Starbucks at all. Obviously, I just said that was great. But they just, in the store, they're gross. Obsessed with these. They're Klondike. Why am I even talking about this? I'm going to get y'all started on something that you won't be able to turn back from. It's the Klondike sandwiches with Miss Fields cookies. I don't know what magic is inside of these. There's only 4 in a box, which I have kind of, I believe, talked about before. When I talked about something similar to this, there should be at least 8. 4 isn't even gonna last me a day. No, I'm kidding. I try to just eat one a day. They're so good, you guys. There's only 200, is that bad? There's 210 calories in one. It's not like, a 400 calorie one like those Big Wheels or the chip, or not Big Wheels. Kroger has one similar to these called Big Wheels, but if you can find these, which they do sell at Target, these taste like heaven. They're so good. The ones that have the chips around them, the Mayfield, like big chippers. Is it embarrassing that I know the name of all the ice cream cookie sandwiches? By brand and exact name, kind of. Those are a lot. I think they're like double the calories. These are very good. It's a nice little treat to have. Those are nice. Swiffer Dusters. Let me just talk about this one. It's no secret. I've talked about Swiffer Dusters before. I'm obsessed with them for years. I've told you guys. this is something that's just like my go-to. I have to have a Swiffer Duster to clean my house, to dust. If you've got shutters, like plantation shutters like we do, hello, get yourself one of these. You won't, I mean, that's the only way to clean those. I mean, I don't even know how people clean their blinds and shutters without these, but I've recently gotten into the 360 ones. Not recently, I mean, I've had these for a couple months, but I bought the kit a while back that had this one that has this like extendy arm. I mean, this is long. Like I can reach up and like get my vents in like a room that has like an average size, you know, ceiling. But like in our bigger, like in our foyer and stuff, or in areas where like there's that big molding along the top that has like that little ledge, especially if you have your house painted like all white like I do down there, you can extend this and kind of like go along it. Swiffer Dusters are just magic. I've always told you guys, I almost started saying this a minute ago, but I told you guys for years how I always keep one in my car, just a little regular one. When you're at a stoplight or like when you park somewhere, just, you know, clean up your dash. You'll never have a dusty car. That is one of my pet peeves, is a dusty car. You don't need to detail your car all the time and pay to have that. Just literally Swiffer it every now and then you never have to do that. Just go get it washed. You don't have to get it vacuumed. You don't have to like do anything nuts, you know? You don't have to like get, because I don't like Armor All and stuff all over it. It always makes me feel like it's just greasy and gross. I don't know. Occasionally it's fine, but anyways, these are so good. Dust mirrors with them, dust anything. They're just so good, you guys. So get this big one that I can't even get in the frame. It has this little arm that you can, you know, extend. I just have a thing for Swiffers, I really do. What else? Okay, do I want to talk about the podcast, or do I want to show you guys a few more things first? I do want to talk about a few beauty things and a candle. I'll throw that in at the end, but before we go into that, usually I'm doing like all beauty favorites. I feel like I'm starting with like all things that are just random, and then we'll just do a few beauty things at the end, which are really good, so you don't want to miss them. But I want to talk to you guys about a podcast quickly that I have gotten into. Well, I don't want to say I've gotten into it. I got into it and I binged it in like 2 days because there's only 6 episodes, which I honestly really like. If I can find like a true crime podcast or something that's like a story, or not even true crime, but like something that I can get into and like get out, you know what I'm saying? I can finish. I like that. Kind of like the Big Little Lies TV show that only had like 8 episodes. That was amazing, that I told you guys about a long time ago. If you still haven't watched that, please watch that. I mean, I think everybody's seen that by now, but okay, so I don't want to spoil anything about this podcast. It's called Dirty Jon. I heard about it through Heather McDonald's podcast. I know it sounds like I'm talking about all these podcasts. I listen to them sometime, like if I'm doing something on my phone at night, if like Olivia's in bed or something, you know, we'll listen to something. Or when I can't really listen to podcasts in the car like a lot of people can, which would be amazing. I would be blowing through so much stuff. Oh my gosh, when I used to like spend so much time on the road going to school, and like if you're commuting to work every day, it would be amazing to like listen to podcasts, because I always like to listen to like radio shows in the morning, so that would have been perfect for me then. But I'm always in the car with Olivia, and she kind of like really dictates what we listen to in the car. If you guys have a toddler, it's like Disney and Kids Bop, and you know the drill if you're a mom. So no podcasts in the car, especially like ones that I listen to, which are kind of like borderline inappropriate, but I like to listen to them when I am in the house, cleaning, when I'm organizing something, when Olivia's napping, after she's gone to bed, if I'm doing something, because if I am trying to get something done, if I'm trying to organize something, or like lately I've been like working on the closet and stuff, which I'll give you guys an update on that in a minute. I'm going to share that very soon. Can't wait. But I can't watch something on TV, because then I'll just sit there and watch it and I won't get anything done. So I like having something to listen to, even if it's like a movie that I've seen a million times and I'm just listening to. But that kind of gets old. So I like having something new and interesting to listen to, but something that I can still like focus on everything else. So podcasts are perfect for that. So this podcast I heard about through Heather McDonald's podcast, and it's called Dirty Jon. And I don't listen to Heather McDonald's podcast a lot. It's just one that I kind of have saved that I'm subscribed to. I don't listen to every single one of hers, but I do like them. I think it's fun because she does like Housewives recaps. She's one of the few. Does she do Dallas? I think she had a few of the Dallas Housewives on hers, and I'm just not into that at all. I just don't, I don't know, I just get turned off when people talk about it. I need to get into it. I know, like I've watched like 1 episode and I wasn't really crazy about it. I'm just stuck in my ways. I like Atlanta, I like New Jersey, Orange County I like because I've been watching it from the beginning, although it hasn't been that interesting. And then like New York, is that all of them? Beverly Hills? But I just don't like Dallas. I just can't deal with it. Atlanta's my all-time favorite. It just came on last night for the first time. Today's Monday. I'm gonna actually try to get this up today. But oh my gosh, Atlanta was so good. I'm so happy that Nene's back. I was literally like laughing out loud so many times during that. It was so good. Do you guys remember we talked about Bitch Sesh, that podcast, for a while? And I literally can't watch that or I cannot listen to that anymore. The last few times I listened. First of all, when they started recapping Dallas, I got turned off. I would have to literally run it up through most of it. And then they would just kind of breeze over the other ones. And I'm like, is this coming? It was just boring. The one girl went on maternity leave, which I know it was like, whatever, she's going to come back, who cares? But it got so weird and screechy. The last couple times I've tried to listen to it, their voices literally give me like a migraine headache. Like, I don't know what happened. I cannot physically listen to that show anymore. And it's that, like, I removed it from my list, and I was like, oh, maybe let me give it another shot. I listened to it, and I was like, oh, I can't. I had to remove it again. So, yeah, so I haven't been into that one anymore. But I like Heather McDonald's because sometimes she has, you know, like, interesting guests. I don't listen to every single one. I'm like, oh, she posted a new one. Let me be sure to listen to that. It's just if it's interesting or if it's something, but I really do like her. And like I said, sometimes she has guests that I'm not into, but I do really like her. I think she's funny. There was one episode, was it like a month or so ago? No, I think it was in October, because that's when I listened to this podcast I'm going to tell you about. Okay, so the podcast is called Dirty Jon, and Heather mentioned that in hers. She had a guy on there, and it was like, he was the guy that is the narrator for the Dirty Jon podcast. He was basically on there, I think, like, promoting the podcast because they're a part of the same network or whatever. And he was telling the story of this, basically this 6-episode podcast, which is put out by the LA Times. It's a very, like, true crime style thing. By the end of the 6th episode, it's kind of wrapped up, and, like, you know, it begins with someone being stabbed, which is, I mean, that's literally in the first, like, few seconds of the episode, so that's not a spoiler. And then it goes through the whole thing. It is very Big Little Lies. I don't know why. That's weird. Okay, that is a weird little... That's weird. That's a weird little parallel. But if you liked it, I think that if you liked Big Little Lies, I mean, I think you'll enjoy it. Now, I'm itching to talk to you guys about this in ways that will spoil it. Not to spoil it, but to just talk to you guys about it. So, if you want to listen to it soon, because I think in an upcoming... maybe like a get ready with me or something, we're going to talk about it, because I took away something very different from it. Actually, was it different than what they intended? I don't know. I think there was like just an overall theme that was shocking, but what was the most shocking to me wasn't even that. It was something else totally, and I just want to talk about it. I'm just interested in, you know. So I guess I'm saying, if it would bother you to be if you want to just hear me talk about this story and not listen to it, it'd be fine. So obviously you're not gonna care if it's spoiled or not, but if it sounds like something you do want to listen to, go ahead and listen to that. It's called Dirty Jon, and it's like an LA Times podcast, but it's just called Dirty Jon, and there's 6 episodes. You could pretty much get through it, I think, quickly. I think, you know, if you spent like an hour on it it's like the episodes, I think, are about like less than an hour each, so you could get through it pretty quickly if you listen to it every day. But oh my gosh, y'all, it's interesting. Listen to it so that we can talk about it. It came out, I think, like October 1st or something. The first week of October, I think, is when it came out, so it was kind of like a very buzzed about thing. I even had a friend mention to me that she was reading it or listening to it, so then when I heard her and I heard from the podcast from Heather, you know, she had the guy on there, I was like, oh, maybe it's so. Then I started listening to it, and I'm glad that I did. But anyways, I think now, I don't want to say, is it old news now? Yeah, it probably is, but I think it's to the point now where if I did talk about it like next week or something, it wouldn't be like, oh, it's the first week it's out, and here's this girl ruining it. Like, pretty much everybody that wants to listen to it has hopefully listened to it by now. But if you haven't, and you want to like, and you don't want to be, if it sounds like something you'd be into, and you would get offended if I talked about it and spoiled it for you and you hadn't listened to it, go ahead and listen to it so that we can talk about it. So yeah, listen to that soon. It's really good. I think in today's world of online, like, catfishing has been going on for a long time, but I'm just saying, like, now with all of these dating sites, it's becoming just the norm for a lot of young people and older people, and that's fine. I think that works. It really does work for some people, but it is scarier than you know what to me. And this is just a very interesting story of really, like, dark, not just someone catfishing you, but it gets really dark and really kind of twisted. So, and like I said, I want to talk about it a little bit because I think it's pretty deep. It goes beyond just like the surface story. It is a very, very deep story, I think, to me. I'm kind of freaked out now. Okay, so we're going to talk about that soon. So listen to that podcast because I can't wait to talk to you guys about it. I I would love to do something like that. You know what would be fun? Should I talk about this? Should I give it away? I don't know. Everyone always says like Brad in a video. Let's do a video with Brad. Wouldn't it be fun if Brad and I just like had a podcast? Brad's really into them too. He was into podcasts for years, and then he would always tell me about it. I don't know. What would it be? Could we talk about like, we'd have to do like true crime stuff, or we'd have to like talk about something interesting. I don't know what we talk about, but I think that'd be fun. Okay, like I would even do it for money. Like everybody's like, oh, podcasting has gotten so oversaturated. I wouldn't even care. Like I wouldn't even run ads on it. I would just do it to talk. I think it'd be fun. So maybe I'll do that one day. If I could even freaking figure it out. Oh my Lord, could you imagine? I mentioned the closet briefly. So many people are like, where's the closet? I can't wait for the closet reveal. Y'all, neither can I. I figured this would be something that was done, and then I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so much fun. I'll spend a couple days putting all my stuff in. It'll be amazing. The progress that I've made on putting my things in it is so shameful. On the other side of that bed, the floor looks like a hoarding situation of like shoes and things that are like back and forth in between. It's been a lot, and they had to order a few more things for it that's coming next week. They've got to come install a few more things that they changed and that they did not have in my order that was supposed to be there. Just little pieces, little details, one part of the lighting, an extra thing. So they're going to come back and fix it. And I kind of just want to like show it after all that. I have shared a few pictures of it on Instagram, and I am excited. But you know what it is? I like to do my videos. I like to do my YouTube, but I don't like live to be like, okay, here's this day. I've got to vlog everything. Like I try to be very careful about like, I'm not careful, but I just live my life, and I don't ever want to feel like I'm sharing something I don't want to share, you know? And I think that's when things kind of become strained for people or couples or anybody doing YouTube when they get burnt out, is because you do something you're not wanting to do, and then you get burnt out. So I've never ever felt like that once in 10 years. And it's exciting to kind of feel like, I don't want to say exciting, but I'm happy that I kind of always stayed like that. But I didn't want to be like, oh, here's my closet, guys. Let me show you guys every little corner, because I'm trying to like show off a closet. Because honestly, I don't really care. Like I do things because I enjoy them. I don't show you guys every car or every house or everything. Like I don't show you all these things because I'm not trying to like show off. But at the same time, closets are really exciting. So I can't wait to show you. But I think it'd be interesting to kind of like show you how I've organized it. And it is something that I'm really excited about. And I kind of want to like share with you the story of like how we like designed it and how it kind of came about. And maybe you have something similar you could do at your house that would be fun. It's just kind of ties into the things I talk about. I think it would be really fun. Okay, whatever. This candle is amazing. It's so yummy. It's very like old school. It's the marshmallow fireside. You know what the real old school one is? Just the regular fireside, which I don't know if they have that one anymore. I would love that. I love the Faux de Bois from Diptyque. If you really want a good firewood smelling candle that doesn't smell dirty, it just smells like yummy firewood. This smells like firewood mixed with a marshmallow, so it has like that hickory, like yummy, like burning smell of wood, but then it's got like sweet marshmallow. I can just leave this open and it like wafts through the, like even if it's not lit. This is one of my favorites. I've been kind of like conserving it, and honestly I don't even have to burn it very much because I can just leave it open and it just smells good. It has such a strong scent. And I love the packaging. Usually on these Bath & Body Works, I always have to like peel the labels off, or I drop it in something else. This one, the wax color is so pretty. The label is so pretty. I need to get a few more of these to have after the season, because I always love a good firewood candle, but it's really, really cozy in the fall, you know? I just love it. So try that if you haven't. I know you probably have, but that one is just so good. I've really been especially liking that marshmallow fireside. And then I didn't really have a lot of, I had so many other things to talk about that I didn't really have a ton of beauty things, but I do want to tell you guys, I tried this brush. It's a Jouer foundation brush. And let me just tell you, so with me having like a beauty blender, I'm so used to it. I'm used to a beauty blender. It's just everything. And when I use this, I felt a little bit like I was like brushing my teeth or like washing my face. And my foundation went on really pretty, but it didn't have that same like blendability like around my nose. Like when I looked in the mirror, like I had a little line, like I could see. You know what I'm saying? If you did it right there, you don't get that with a beauty blender. You know what I'm saying? In a beauty blender, I feel like You have so much better coverage. I feel like more of the product from the Beauty Blender actually goes on my face. We've talked about this before. Beauty blenders do not absorb foundation. That is surface. I've cut them in half before. When you wet a Beauty Blender, it makes it to where once it's saturated with the water and then you squeeze it out, it does not absorb anything else. So it's just perfect. So it's so hard for me, especially since I've been using a Beauty Blender so much. It's not like, oh, I'm using this brush and then that brush and a Beauty Blender every now and then like I used to. I have been using a Beauty Blender exclusively for so long that when I go back to using a brush, I really see, I don't know, that it's just not, it's good. And I would say if you are gonna use a foundation brush, this is honestly like, do I wanna say it's the best foundation brush I've ever used? I don't know. I really do like it. It's like, I like how there's no edges. I like it just to be smooth and, you know what I'm saying? Like it's very like rounded and like gets in all your grooves. I do like that. I can appreciate that. But I like how I can just kind of do that. You know what I'm saying? And then when I went to do my concealer, or not a concealer, but how I use a little bit more foundation and just kind of like put it where I need it, you know? I had to just bust out my Beauty Blender anyway. It's just hard for me, you guys. How do you break the cycle? But this is nice though. I really did like it. So if you've been curious about these weird toothbrushy looking makeup brushes, try this Jouer one. I'm very impressed and it just feels really nice. Okay, this powder, I wanted to show it to you on camera and I don't think, okay. So I don't have like dark circles, but I have this line from where, it's like a texture thing. It's like where I've, I guess, like lost volume in my eye socket because I'm old and my eyes are sinking back into my head. No, I'm kidding. You know what I'm saying though? You feel me? You get that little line. So look, here's what I do. It's the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. And I don't like to use powder anywhere on my face, but if you use this brush, which I love, it's like my favorite. It's the Edge Kabuki. I just sort of don't like edges, but I like it. I always like a little triangle shaped. Do you see how it kind of like helps? It doesn't look powdery. It is the best powder ever. You see what I'm saying? And it just like, it doesn't apply any color. It just blurs that line and makes that area look so pretty. Can you tell? I didn't pack it on, but it helps. It makes it look so pretty. So I really like that. You can take it and like sweep it on, you know, here if you want to, but not with that brush, but this is a really good loose powder. I think there's so many powders out there, so many different ones, and I think this one is just so nice. It's just, the finish is beautiful. It just feels amazing. It doesn't look chalky and matte. And then one more thing I'm going to talk about, these double-sided Chanel brushes. Okay, you guys, so a while back I mentioned this one. This one is amazing. It's literally these two brushes that are kind of my favorite types. I think they even have one that has like a more rounded. They have a bunch of these and I didn't realize it. So this has been amazing for me traveling, going different places. We've taken a lot of little road trips lately, going to do different things. What's nice is you can just throw it in your bag and it's like you don't have to worry about brushes. Do you know what I mean? And there's like a cap you put on. So this one has a flat end and it has sort of a blending end, but it's the perfect blending brush because it's also pointy enough to like use in your crease or to put in that little outer corner. And then when you want to put the lid back on, you pull up the thing, you know. This is like Chanel on the end. It's just a very nice, this is called the Blender Shader. And then, I don't know if I showed you guys this that I picked up, but I have been really into, this is another favorite, the Anastasia. You all, I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. Everybody's like, why do you mispronounce it? It's not that I'm trying to. It's literally like an accent thing. And that's not why I'm mispronouncing it, because of an accent. But I'm saying it's like telling someone, oh, why do you talk like that? Or why do you say that word that way? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, but I get it. It's her name. I need to pronounce it right because it's a name. It's someone's name. But this is why I didn't pronounce it right for so long, because when this brand first came out, not when it became cool on YouTube or trendy or whatever, when it was on shows, when people were talking about the brand, Anastasia, everyone said it like that. When I spoke to reps from the brand years ago, Anastasia, that's how they said it. And then all of a sudden, I saw like one person say Anastasia, and I was like, what? And I'm like, no. And now people say Anastasia. That's easier to say. I'll say Anastasia. I'm not saying Anastasia. That's weird. I'm saying Anastasia. Is that bad though? Is it Anastasia? I want to say it the right way that the person wants their name to be pronounced, but it's hard when for so many years they didn't publicly pronounce it that way. Okay, that's another rant for another day, but Anastasia. The Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. That's not hard. Dip Brow Pomade in Blonde. I love it so much, and I do not hate on that brand. I love it so much. I'm telling you, I love that brand so much. Oh, hello. The highlighter of my dreams. Okay, we'll talk about that. The Blonde is so good. That's what I have on my brows. Do you see? I don't have super light brows, but the Blonde is just perfect, okay? But I love a double-ended brush for your brows, but the problem is I don't want to stick the brush in my cup and wreck one side of it. Or do you see what I'm saying? That's why I like these, because I can put them in my cup at home, but then I can also throw them in a bag if I'm traveling. Okay, so this is the definer and groomer. In a brow brush, I have to have a spoolie on one end, obviously, and then it has this on the other. So I love it. And this one doesn't have a thing to pull up because the brushes are so, you know, compact. So this I really love. This one has been wonderful. That's what I've been using on my brows lately. And when it gets that pomade on it, I mean, you do clean it regularly, but not every single time. It won't like get other things dirty because it's got the cap, so I love that. Since realizing that they have the Starburst, which is my all-time favorite holy grail highlight color, which is what I'm wearing today, I have been going hard on the old one again because now I think, okay, I can get a new one. Do you guys ever do that? Like when you see that something has been discontinued, you just kind of, something that you love, you just kind of stop using it because you're like, I gotta find something new. Like I can't even continue using that because I know I can't get it anymore and I don't want to use it up, but I also don't want to like continue to love it if I know it's just gone. But I spoke about that in the Sephora video that I posted recently, which if you have not seen that, definitely go check that out because today, the 6th, is the last day, today's Monday the 6th, is the last day of the Rouge pre-sale. So if you're a Rouge member, you can shop today, I believe like until midnight Pacific time. So watch that video. I showed you guys what was in my cart, which I ordered. I already placed the order for my stuff. So tonight's the last night. And then on the 10th, so the rest of the week, there's really gonna be nothing, like no sale. On the 10th, you guys, is when the sale starts for everyone. Beauty Insiders, VIB members, Rouge members, again, can shop as many times as you want. And definitely don't get confused. Don't be like, oh gosh, well, what's the code? What's that? Just go watch that video. Everything is literally spelled out, dates, codes, everything. And then when I get my stuff, I'm gonna do another haul because I'm really excited to show you guys what I got because I did get a few things that I didn't tell you guys about that I kind of added at the last minute. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited to get that. So that's been a favorite. Okay, let's wrap up this hour-long video. You guys, thank you for watching. I love y'all so much. Definitely check out that podcast because like I said, I am going to talk about it. And I think enough time's gone by where it won't be like, oh, spoil it. Because it was kind of like really buzzed about for, you know, during October. It's kind of like a scary thing, you know, I don't know. So listen to it. If you don't care to listen to it, don't be like, oh, I'm not gonna know what she's talking about. No, girl, I will recap the whole thing and it'll be interesting and juicy and fun to listen to. But if you would rather listen to it yourself and have a fun podcast to listen to and not have me spoil it, go ahead and listen to it so that we can come together and talk about it maybe like in a week or something. I don't know, a week or two. So listen to that. I'll talk to you guys soon. I love y'all so much. I will link to everything below. Check out Hollister sweaters. Check out this dress. I'm still debating, y'all. I almost bought the black one. I was this close. Oh my gosh, there's a green. There is a hot pink that is to die for, but I just don't know if I would ever wear it. But I don't know. I just love it so much. Okay, you guys. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.